Well, we started our official spring practices last week, where we have we're actually allowed to have the entire team practice. Before, we just had fitness and small group practice. So now we're in our, you could say, official spring season. Spring season, it's more like the fall championship season that we have right now, as far as we're practicing more. Everything that we did in February and early March was more just a lot lighter schedule, just making sure we keep a little fitness and gain some touches on the ball. Now we're getting into the part of our spring season where we start amping it up a little bit and prepare for our exhibition spring season that we have. Starts this weekend on the 31st. The women will host Truman State here at William Jewell College. Kickoff's at 1 p.m. Then on the next day, the men will host the Kansas City Athletics, which is a men's amateur team. That's a good group of players. Following weekend is Easter. Then on April 14th, the men will play at the University of Tulsa versus Tulsa. Then on the 15th, the women will play at William Jewell College against Benedictine College at the 6:30 p.m. kickoff. Then the following weekend, the men will host Avila University at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And the women will then, the following day, play at Drake and play against Drake and Winona State. And then the weekend after that, I believe it's the 29th, we have our alumni games. So our women's team will play Sunday the 29th at 5 p.m. and the men will play at 7 p.m. Also in that same spring season, on April 20th, we have a fundraiser at the Shoal Creek batting cages and driving range. We'll have a fundraiser on April 20th, so it should be a lot of fun.
The spring schedule, the spring matches, are they any different than your competitive matches in terms of format or rules, anything like that?
They are different. Basically, we can decide as far as what the substitutions that we're going to follow. We don't have to follow the NCAA rules on substitutions. So it's usually a little bit more free substitutions if we want them to be. A lot of the teams in the spring season, they're exhibition games that don't count. You can kind of experiment with different players in different positions, different lineups. So it's a really good time for development, testing out a few things, seeing a little bit of what players may work in positions they're not used to playing, and if you can do a little different formations of maybe what you're looking for in the future for the upcoming fall, and kind of test it to see how it works.
Trying to give the Cardinals a chance. Here's a drive, and Newman scores it!
Right now, they're competing for playing time for next fall, right now. And we've got some recruits coming in as well that obviously aren't able to practice with us in the spring, but they're with their club teams or high school teams right now, and they're working hard, and they're going to want to be competitive when they come in right away. So it's a very important time. And a lot of players have really had a lot of time to progress because they might get more playing time in the spring than they did in the fall when they didn't have as much experience. In the spring, everyone plays. Usually the players with less experience play a little bit more. Sometimes the players with more experience play a little bit less, just to make sure we have opportunity for everyone. You know, we really don't have a whole lot of question marks. We've got a decent grip of what we have. We've got some quality. Obviously, a lot of quality players still that'll be with us next year, and a lot of good young players as well. So basically, just be about giving opportunities to players. A couple players will be playing different positions, and seeing how that works out. We've got a good spring schedule against good teams, so it will somewhat simulate what our fall season will be like. So it should be good. All the players are really confident right now that we're going to make progress and do good things.